Okay, we're going to talk about commissions today. Anyone who's ever sold before already knows what these are. But commissions are a very important concept to the sales process. The reason they're such an important concept is because it's essentially the incentive structure that you create for your salespeople, and you do that by paying them. So commissions are traditionally either a bonus or a percentage or a payment that a salesperson receives when they close a deal. Again, the entire reason around all of this that we'll go over is that you want to align incentives with your company goals, and the commissions represent those incentives. Salespeople will do whatever they are paid to do. So how you set up your commission plan, which we'll talk about in a separate video, is an important subject around your sales force, because that's what will provide incentives for your sales force to do certain things inside your organization. So commissions, just remember, they're a bonus really used to pay the sales force or a type of compensation. They come in all different types. Here are some examples of various commission types. A percentage of sales, so if you sold $100 and you had a 10% commission rate, you get $10, that kind of thing. We'll go through some examples in a second. A flat rate payment, every time you do X, you get paid a certain number of dollars. An annual or a quarterly or some periodic bonus. So we watch how much you sell over a period of time, and at the end of that time we decide how much to pay you as a bonus. There's also annuity structures. If you close a deal where they pay you $20 a month, you might get a payment every month. And then there's sliding scale commissions, where if you close a certain amount you get more, or if you close a small amount you get you may get less. We'll talk about examples of that as well. But sometimes you can make more money on what you sell based on how much you're selling. So commissions are often used with other pay types as sort of an important thing to understand when you're thinking about how to incent your salespeople. Again, there's a bunch of options. Here are some examples. You can have all commission, where you have a salesperson making literally $0 in salary, and they only make money unless they close, if they close deals. You can have salary plus commission. This is relatively common. That just means that there's some base pay that the employee salesperson gets, and then when they close commissions, that comes in the form of a bonus. And then also you can do you can do salary plus commission plus bonus. So often you'll have a base pay, you'll have somebody making commissions, and then if you feel like they did a really good job at the end of the year, or you want to sort of provide additional incentives, then you can pay them a bonus. So let's do a couple examples really quickly. We'll talk about our fictitious company, Hasselhoff Telecom. And let's say that Hasselhoff Telecom pays a percentage of sales. So if they're paying on a percentage of sales, and I close $100,000 in sales that quarter, if my percentage of sales is at 20%, that's my commission rate, which would be really high. Depending on the type of product, often commission rates are between 8 and 12%. So if it's 20% on that sale, that's pretty easy. You can just say, 20% of 100 grand is $20,000 in commissions. So in this case, I would get a check for 20 grand. If it's a flat rate payment, I may say, for every 100 grand you close, I'm going to pay you $15,000. You could say that's the same as a percentage, but it isn't, because if I close 100 grand on a flat rate, so let's look at flat rate here. Flat rate of 15K on 100K. If I closed 100K in my flat rate case, I would be getting, this is a 15K flat rate, I would be getting $15,000 check. This is for 100 grand closed. Now, if I closed 150 grand, I'd get the same. I'd get 15 grand, because it's on a flat rate basis on a unit of $100,000. If I closed 200 grand, then I would get 30. Okay? So flat rates are a little different. They sort of throw in a step function. Then there's an annual or quarterly bonus. That can be up to the boss. You can set sort of a bonus rate. That gives management or the sales manager the most flexibility. Then there's something like an annuity. If I close $100,000 here for an annuity, instead of getting you know, a check for 15 grand, I might get 5 grand a quarter for 2 years, or 3 grand a quarter for 2 years. So what they're doing is they're stretching out those payments over time instead of writing you a lump sum check. That's to incent the sales guy to stick around over that period of time. So that's used as an incentive to keep the sales guys employed, and not just managing toward getting a big bonus check. And then there's the sliding scale where if I close 100 grand, I get 15. So this would be sliding scale. So if I closed 100 grand, I would get 15,000. If I close 200 grand, I might get 35,000. So it increases the amount that I would have made on my first 100 anyway. If I close 200 grand, maybe I'd get 55,000. So you have an increasing commission rate based on your gross commission close. So these are all things to consider when thinking about commissions. We'll make a separate video here in a second about commission plans, best practices around setting up commission plans.